We've got some interior construction here, walls, simulate interior walls, which are not normally insulated. We've got two pieces of fiberboard here, the sheetrock, 2x4s. We're going to be shooting different loads for home defense. We're going to shoot birdshot, waxers, slugs, whatever. I'm predicting at about 20 feet, the number 8 shot is not going to penetrate both walls. We already know everything else is, but we're going to show you that.
Plus, we're going to show how hard the different shells here hit on the plate first, and then we'll put one through the wall. Okay, we're going to shoot kind of a mix of shells today into this drywall. We've got a standard bird load, nitro gold, a target load here. We've got a Fiocchi high velocity, 1.25 ounce load, number 4 buck load, single aught buck load, double aught, and then we have a slug we're going to put through there, and then also a couple of waxers. You know, no test would be complete without a couple of waxers. Alright, another aspect of this video here is safety. So basically trying to find what the safest load is. If you're going to use a shotgun for home defense, what is the safest load to have in that gun in case your aim is off and you happen to miss, you know, who you're trying to hit. You know, we surmise that the birdshot is obviously probably going to be the safest load. I mean, a slug is going to go right through the walls and everything, but it does pack a wallop. But that's the purpose of this test. So we've these are constructed just pretty much per code. I mean, as far as interior wall spec goes, these are 16-inch on centers. This is pressure treated lumber, but we're not planning on shooting through the studs. I mean, this is just going to be left out here for further use. But we're going to attach these to the table here, and we're going to slap another piece of drywall on here. This will simulate 2 interior walls. We're going to be simulating shooting from one room and missing the assailant or whoever might be in your house that you want to get rid of, and missing them, going through one wall, through another wall, and then into the adjacent room across the hallway. And we've got some papers set up here. We're going to see how the shot spreads out, and you know, obviously a lot of it will probably go through here and into the berm, but this is mainly to get an idea of what the spread will be like after it goes through, you know, 4 layers of drywall. We're going to go ahead and get started on this plate here. The first load is going to be a number 7.5 ounce and 1/8 target load. The next is the Fiocchi high velocity. This is 1.25 ounces, number 8 shot.
Oh yeah.
Number 4 buck. This is a single aught buck. Double aught buck. And then the rifle slug. Then we're going to try a waxer. Ounce and 1/8 target load, upper left quadrant. Number 8 Fiocchi high velocity. Number 4 buck. Single aught, 12 pellet buck. Nine pellet, double aught buckshot, 3-inch. High velocity, 1 ounce rifle slug.
You got it.
All right, now we're going to put a waxer through the wall. Now, We do not advocate using these for home defense, only in a dire situation. You want to use standard loads for home defense, but we're just going to see what it'll do just for fun.
Oh, wow.
You can see that the shot actually got stuck on the 4th sheet of drywall. It did not penetrate. Now, the high velocity Fiocchi load in the number 8, 1.25 ounces, it went through, but the pellets hit the paper. They didn't penetrate the paper. They lost most of their steam there. So either one of these two, probably the 7.5, would probably be the ideal load, because if you don't hit what you're aiming at, you've got it, you know where it's going to stop. You know, it's not going to pierce the wall, go across the hall and harm another family member or someone else who may be in the next apartment or next door to you. But this is probably going to be the ideal home defense load right here. This is a nitro gold 1,300 feet per second load right here. Now, the buckshot, that's pretty obvious. This was the number 4 buck. It went clear through 4 walls and then onto the backing board here. Single aught buck went right through, same thing. Double aught buck, of course, went right through. And then the slug, it also just carried right through, of course. Now, the waxer was kind of what was interesting. It carried through the first wall, started to expand, and then it spread some shot on the 3rd wall, and Eric will get a shot of that for you. But then when it came through, it peppered pretty much the whole piece of paper. I mean, it's got at least a 2.5 foot spread on the paper there.
You can see that the waxer went all the way through the first wall, began to open up and carry its shot out, peppered the 2nd wall, but then continued to go through to the backing board. And here you can probably see the backing board was peppered with birdshot from that waxer load. So that's a really cool little setup. Is it ideal for home defense? Probably not. Got your slug, it printed right down there to the right, your double aught, your number 4, and your single aught 12 pellet. So those buckshot loads, they really carry some steam.
If you've got a 5 or 6 shot pump, even an 8 shot pump, you can always load what they call a candy cane load, or you can load a Dutch load, or whatever. You can start out with 3 bird shot. If that doesn't solve the problem, you can always step it up to a bigger shot. But the cocktail load is always going to be good, because you can progress as the situation gets worse. You can get worse with yourself. That's the whole point of this whole video. What will stop an attacker and not kill your neighbor? This is very important if you live in an apartment complex, more than someone in a house. This is very important right here. Most interior walls are not insulated, so that's what we have right here, 2 walls. Now, a double aught buck round, that will pierce a man's torso even if you hit him. These will come out his back in most cases, so you still got lethal projectiles even if you hit him. If you miss him, you really got something here. These balls here will go through a lot of walls, man. If it don't hit a stud, it's a deep penetrator.